What's up, good people? We are back. Episode 10 of our podcast. You heard what I said. I'm your boy, JP. I got my brothers with me, Dwight and Latif. What up, people?
What up?
Episode 10, man. We are finally in the double digits. We've hit that dime piece. We've hit that dime.
Great cover coming.
Yeah, you heard it from Teef. You know what I'm saying? Great episode cover coming. Anyway, I want to start this show off by clearly the elephant in the room. One of us is doing their own thing. One of us is not the same.
Again.
Set me up, man.
Everybody, we will now listen to the vocal stylings. Chestnuts on an Open Fire by Latif. No, so here's the deal. Last time we did our show, after we finished recording, we talked about possibly, doing it in front of something festive,
Didn't say possibly. We clearly said everyone in front of their trees. That's what we said. And the reply was bet.
Okay.
Everybody knows what bet means.
Yes.
Right. But there's so much that goes on, on our group chat. We talk about everything. We even talked about the topics that we were going to talk about today, but we didn't talk about the tree thing at all. So we forget.
We already said bet.
That's not, I'm not accepting that.
There had to be some sort of reminder, sir.
Exactly.
In the meantime, that was 4 days ago or 5 days ago.
So much happened since then, man.
The whole world has changed.
Wow, man. See, I think you did it on purpose because you knew we probably forget.
I'm gonna be late. I was late setting up, relocating.
Right, because you're like, oh, I know they ain't remember. I'm gonna look real good. I'm gonna kill them with this. Yeah, that's what you do, man. We know how you do.
And I'm gonna go half tree, half fireplace with it.
Exactly. I can hear it crackling in the
Don't have my living room set up right, man.
I can smell the embers from here.
Trying to be real fancy like, man. It's crazy.
We are.
Anyway, so that's the Latif wanted to do his own thing, but we honestly forgot. He didn't, but he didn't try to remind us. So
said bet. No reminder needed.
Whatever. Because I would have definitely did it, but it is.
Yeah, my tree is dope too. I definitely would have done it.
See?
I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, I'm proud of my tree too.
You want to show off your kids' accomplishments, you know what I mean?
They didn't help me. They was playing Fortnite and shit. And I figured out. The hell with them. It's my tree now.
Right.
I just presents underneath the door.
Yeah, the kids, they don't really help during the tree setup, man. I had the same thing with my daughters, they'll help a little bit, but
Kyle helped me. Let me take that back. It was the boy that was not interested. That had the audacity. After we got done, after he got the remote got all hot, so he don't want to play no more. Talk about why you ain't wait for me?
Oh, that's the game. He ran the game.
I was doing it for 3 hours. To cut the tree open and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, you wild.
Why you ain't wait for me? Like, what was you doing?
Yeah, exactly. What were you doing?
Hilarious, man. So, clearly we all know this is our Christmas episode because if the timing and the beautiful tree in one of our backgrounds, that also means the start of, NBA and a lot of games coming up on Christmas. I mean, it actually starts tonight. A lot of happy people, a lot of good games coming up.
Not in Golden State.
Well, currently Golden State is getting spanked by the Nets right now. But what about the games coming up on Christmas? Who's playing, White?
Christmas Day games we have. Early on, noon, we have the Pelicans and the Heat. Zion Williamson and Lonzo Ball, Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, T's favorite player. After that, we have the same Golden State Warriors. Hopefully they'll be healed from the boot that Brooklyn put in their ass tonight. Playing against the newly signed $230-something million man, Giannis, whatever his last name is.
226, yeah.
226.
The Greek Freak, aka.
Yeah, that's next.
Didn't old boy from Utah just get 209?
Donovan Mitchell?
No.
What's
COVID dude?
Rudy Gobert?
Yeah.
He is like 2 or 3 time defensive player of the year.
how many
It
years?
was broke up the whole team.
Yeah, how many years for Giannis?
Almost broke up the whole league.
How many years is that deal for Giannis?
Giannis 5.
5? Okay.
Yeah, just an
About
extension.
40,
Yeah.
about 40
Okay.
a year.
40 a year? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't
Great
a
record, you
commander.
can find it. But the third game that night, Nets at Celtics, should be a goodie.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth game that night, probably be the best game of the night.
Of course.
Mavericks at Lakers.
Yes.
Uh,
LeBron plays, right?
Of course, he plays.
Yeah.
I think Adam Silver has let the stars know. Like, look, preseason, these first couple games, do what you want.
Good. Right.
On Jesus' birthday, I expect everybody to be suited up and warmed up.
Smoke your weed, whatever.
I ain't even going to test you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So best believe be suited up
Right.
on that 2/5. I don't want these problems with me.
I done right by y'all.
Yeah. More. Then the last game that night is a good game too. Clippers at the Nuggets with the newly minted playoff P.
Playoff P.
Yeah, that should be a goodie.
And Kawhi telling the whole world, yo, man, I might opt out under the year. I don't know. That'd be the best thing.
If I'm healthy.
Like, hold up. We gave this clown that you asked me to get $200-something million, and you talking about you might opt out?
We under investigation because of you.
Yeah, exactly.
You talking about if you're healthy.
Your uncle out here wilding.
Why is the caveat if he's healthy though? That he's going to consider free agent.
If you hurt, I guess if you hurt, he opts in for that guaranteed extra money.
Yeah, if I get hurt, I'm yours. Just
Yeah. If he hurt, hold up. I think I'll stay around for a while. But at this point, like, say he decided to leave, it's like I think he's gonna run into the same thing that Harden will. I think people will move more boulders for Kawhi because he seemed like he a better team player. But it's hard to fit somebody making $40 million under any cap.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what I'm
with
saying?
some decent players, yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, well, you look at some of the places that he can go. I'm like, Kawhi in Dallas might be a whole nother animal.
In Dallas?
Dallas.
Oh, but you know what? Luka's still on a rookie contract.
Luka, KP, you know what I'm saying?
How long?
Those three right there.
Yeah.
You put Kawhi, Luka, and KP.
Luka got 3 more years on that.
I'm about to say how many? 3? That's great.
Yeah, them 3
they getting him for cheap
at the same time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be a problem.
With anybody. LeBron and AD included. You put them 2 cats on the floor?
Oh yeah. I agree with that.
Mark Cuban would treat him like a king.
Oh yeah.
You know he treated him like because he seemed like he treated most of his players like that. So it's like if I was Kawhi, if I was thinking about leaving somewhere if it didn't work out this year, Dallas would be one of the first places on my list before any place else, to be perfectly honest. Other than the Lakers, of course. But I don't think he would do that.
Should went there in the first place.
Right. So you think he's gonna leave if it don't go right?
First of all, I don't think he's gonna leave.
Okay.
I think the owner's like, look, man, we giving you the keys.
Right.
With your boy here. Yeah, we stuck with him.
Right.
But it's not like you stuck with, as much as playoff P shrinks in the playoffs, he do get busy from time to time. It's just that he needs to be a little bit more consistent.
But what is this MVP season he speaks of?
Oh my God!
I have no idea what he's speaking of. Maybe, and I heard him say that, and I'm like, as soon as he said it or I read it, I'm like, MVP season, right? You want MVP?
I asked Noah. Yeah, Noah said it's the one where he came in running up.
Right. So he was talking about being in the conversation for MVP.
He was talking about being second place in the MVP voting.
Right.
That was the season he was speaking of. I was like, so in that case, LeBron got 10 MVPs.
Yeah, exactly. One of the words of Jerry Seinfeld, second is the first loser. Nobody talks about, when I was the runner-up for MVP. You didn't even y'all got knocked out the playoffs and all that year. It was ugly. You shouldn't even bring that up. I hate talking like this because we sound like old men sometimes, but it's like
that's real shit. I think a lot, regardless of the age, people heard what he said and was like, had to be like, MVP.
You're not first, you last.
Everybody, exactly. Ricky Bobby, right? Ricky Bobby.
The stuff they care about is like, okay, y'all got like James Harden, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Son, you make $40 million a year. Your team hasn't gone forward a lot of times because of you. You got the audacity to be talking about how you want to be out, and this new black coach come in, you treating this dude like he slept with your mom's in a laundry room or something like that. Like, yo, son, like, where's your professionalism? Okay, you wanted Westbrook, it didn't work. They pushed him out. You had the audacity to not show up for camp. When you do show up fat,
Mm-hmm.
and then decide, okay, I want to go to contenders. I want to go to either Miami, Brooklyn. I forgot one other place. Like, hold up,
Philly.
son, what makes you think we owe you anything?
Right.
I'm always on the side of the player.
The teams do the same thing.
Hey, man, I don't care. In the NBA, you got a guaranteed contract. If teams get rid of you, you still get paid. That's the big thing. If you're talking about football, that's something totally different. You got a guaranteed contract. You make $40 million and you don't deserve it because you haven't won a goddamn thing since you've been in the league. And they still paid you that money. They built that whole team around you. And you got and you gonna quit on them because you haven't done what you had to do? I remember you going 3 for 18. I remember you being on the floor when your team went 0 for 27 in a 3-point stretch. I remember you losing 2 game 7s at home. That's what I remember from James Harden. So you can talk about the team and what they do at another time. Nah, dogs, you were supposed to come through. You haven't delivered. Why should we reward you by sending you to Brooklyn or sending you to Miami? Nah, I'm not sending you to Sacramento. Give me Aaron Fox, whoever their next player is, and 3 draft picks. I am not sending you to Brooklyn. If you want to play here and act stupid, then I will fine you every game. And you will not get paid every game, and I could do that in a collective bargaining agreement. The problem with I see nowadays, and what I was talking about earlier about sounding like an old man, is we know when we were coming up, when we were high school, college age, stars wouldn't act like this. The only one
they didn't have the power.
Yes, they did. They still had guaranteed contracts.
They didn't have the power. No,
it was
they didn't have the power they have now.
When Mike was in power, when Mike was winning, before that, when Larry and Magic were winning, the players did have the power.
Mike flexed his power at the end of his contract when he said, "I'm gonna give me $35 million every year."
The players in the NBA have more power than any other league in the world.
Now, yeah.
They've been at it, Chief.
They couldn't demand trades. They couldn't demand where they wanted to go.
When has the top player in the NBA not been omnipotent? As long as you've been watching basketball, think about it.
It was a time Jordan was like the 5th highest paid person on the team.
No, you missing my point. I'm not talking about money. The reason why Jordan was getting paid less because they tried to pay other people to come help him win. They wasn't paying him less, saying he wasn't getting more power. Mike was making $30 million outside of basketball a year. So that don't mean he didn't have the power. Believe me, David Stern listened to every word that Michael Jordan said, especially once he started winning. And before then, he listened to listened to Magic and Larry. You know what I'm saying? Before then was probably whoever was winning, the Celtics or something, who was winning on the championship. The commissioner had to listen to them. We bring the people in. They come see us. We're the only league that don't have nothing on our heads to shield us out other than soccer. Yeah. Everybody else got a helmet or something on or a hat to cover their faces. NBA players are the most marketed. That's why they've always had the most power. James Harden, I'm not saying the players shouldn't use their power. In this instance, he don't deserve to get no reward for not coming through. You haven't come through. If he was Tim Duncan or if he was AD in New Orleans, where it's like, dogs, I'm getting 40-point triple doubles. And you had Chris Paul one time, that didn't work. You had Russell Westbrook, that didn't work. You was with the big 3 before, you didn't win with them when you had Westbrook and KD before. All these things, you the common denominator. So now all of a sudden it's the organization's fault. And then like, oh, well, the owner was he's a Trump supporter, so he don't like that. Was he a Trump supporter when he gave you the $40 million? or did you just find that out 2 weeks ago? So that's what I'm saying. Like, the guys that should use their power sometimes don't. Like, you never heard Tim Duncan wield that. And he had every reason to do that. You know what I'm saying? LeBron wields it, but LeBron can because every time I go somewhere, my team is automatically in the running for the championship, no matter where I go. Mm-hmm. And no matter who's on the team when I get there, I'm in the running for the championship. James Harden can't say that because he ain't been able to prove it. Mm. So the way he's been acting is just some real diva shit. And it makes
he's a marquee player in the league.
Look, it makes other dudes that work hard and get paid like that look bad because it's like now we ain't gonna give these niggas the spoiled rich athletes that all these other people talk about, which I hate when they say that.
Wait, he looked worse than KD did?
They much worse. Much worse. KD didn't quit.
He did quit.
Sorry, KD didn't say, "Yo, I'm not coming. I'm gonna come. And when I do come, I'm gonna come off fat and shit, and then nobody's gonna be able to talk to me. I'm throwing the ball at my teammates during practice." KD didn't act like a brat. KD act soft. Yo, I can't beat him, so I'm gonna join him. That's a whole nother thing than what. And then in those playoffs, KD averaged 30-something points a game. It wasn't his fault they lost. You don't remember KD missing three-pointer after three-pointer?
Happened Game 6 and Game 7.
Dribbling the ball off his leg.
Game 6, Game 7.
With who? Harden? 3 years in a row?
I know, against the Warriors. Before he left. They was up what? 3-1?
That's the team that won 73 games?
They was up 3-1.
Is that the team that won 73 games?
Yeah. The team that lost LeBron.
Look, if they lost a 3-1 lead to the Hornets, all right. If you lose a 3-1 lead to the unanimous MVP, the most prolific shooting backcourt in the history of the NBA, you can lose a 3-1 lead to them. Golden State shouldn't have lost a 3-1 lead to who they lost it to. You know what I'm saying? But you could easily look at KD, especially having the human fourth quarter turnover on his team at that particular time. Like, that's not somebody you want in that particular time. First 3 quarters, Russ there for you. Last 2 minutes, can I get anybody else but this nigga? Because he's going to do something that's going to mess it up. He's going to be a foul. It's going to be a turnover. It's going to be a charge. It's going to be
Can't wait till he on the Knicks. Can't wait.
You would like to see that because people like you who don't have a team look at something and say, well, look, I'm just going to the Knicks for clicks. They did jokes and stuff like that. Look, there's teams that haven't been in the playoffs just as long as the Knicks has, if not longer. There's teams that have done dumb shit just like the Knicks have. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The one thing that the Knicks haven't done this year is use the cap space to give Gordon Hayward $30 million a year, or take Russell's stupid ass contract, or somebody else that's going to mess up the trajectory of the team. In a couple years, all you Knicks haters like Latif are not going to be able to say anything anymore, and we will rise again.
Couple of years, I might let me be watching ball by then.
What? That doesn't sound right. You'll be watching Noah be in the league, nigga. So you'll be watching it.
No, listen. Noah gonna get drafted by the Knicks. That's gonna be the Knicks.
I'll be right back.
That's gonna be the Knicks. That's gonna be the Knicks. Noah's gonna break the Knicks curse at point guard.
Yo, if that happens, you heard it first here.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. Yeah, of course.
You got no choice.
Coming in.
Just never did Mark Jackson dirty.
Ugh.
I'm going to Noah game with a full length mink on.
Me too. It's cold up there.
Yo, if you look at the way Nas was dressed in the Hate Me Now video.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm wearing. White mink, beater, Cuban, and the white fedora.
Walking in with Lou Rawls.
It can't get no righter, yo. That might be the greatest video in the history of the genre. It's hard to look. Yeah. There may be some videos just as good as Hate Me Now. Not too many you find that are better than Hate Me Now.
Yeah.
Right.
None of them have the behind the scenes drama.
Oh, right.
Somebody getting hit with a champagne bottle.
Yeah, right. On top of that. Yeah, so just that alone, the nostalgia behind it.
Right.
Steve Stout may not think so, but
hey, you know.
But getting back to the basketball thing that we got off, it's definitely good to have the NBA back. I was tired of searching all these different apps to try to find things to watch. So,
yeah.
I never thought. I mean, I remember when the thing first hit, when the pandemic first hit. Everybody saying, "Well, yeah, sports isn't too important." And like, look, no, don't disrespect that. Look, everybody has something that they do to relax, or something that they do as a hobby. All right. Some people go fishing. Some people, knit fucking, blankets or something. we like playing and watching sports, right? That's the one thing they do. We do all this other stuff in the world for other people to pay bills and stuff like that. We just want to have those 3 hours that we can watch a basketball game. When that's taken away from us, you got to look at that as that was our release sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That was the way that we, decompress sometimes, sit back and watch a game and relax. So being able to have that back and at some normalcy is going to feel good to be able to come home like on a Monday or a Wednesday or a Friday night, knowing it's going to be a TNT doubleheader. Like, y'all know what I'm doing tonight. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like the Lakers and the Warriors and like Milwaukee and Miami. So I'm like, I'm in front of the TV for 4 hours straight tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So
the fact that it's back so soon is crazy, though.
Yeah, so crazy.
Like the draft just happened.
It is crazy. But
I'm thinking the first few months going to be like a training camp almost. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get a lot of people in shape and stuff. I think by the time Valentine's Day come or the All-Star break, and then actually remember last time we talked about it, they said it wasn't going to be an All-Star game, but Adam Silver was on First Take today saying, we don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be.
Said something like condensed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would like to see that. I think the players would like to see it too. I think they would want to go in there and see, you want to test yourself against against the best players.
Yeah, especially after last year. Last year was like the best one in years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because now it seemed like at least the second halves of the last couple of games have been
more competitive. Yeah.
First, and last year, I think to speak to T's point, it didn't seem like everybody was just trying to throw alley-oops the first 5 minutes.
Nah, it was the whole game.
Yeah. After a while, it got boring. Like, okay, guys, stop trying to. We want to see y'all do what y'all get paid to do. You know what I'm saying? Dunk contest and all that was last night. So just do what you gotta do.
Yeah. I mean, which one of the games coming up on Christmas are you looking forward to the most?
Lakers.
Gotta say Lakers.
Yeah. Okay.
I see Lakers. I hear it's always good. I always thought, no matter what city you live in, it's always cool when there's champs in the city.
Mm-hmm.
We can't go outside, so it's kind of different. But LA got 2 champs. Got the Dodgers and the
right.
Yeah. Son, you understand how ill the summer would have been, or at least the fall would have been if like the Lakers and the Dodgers won their championships 2 weeks apart or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane. That is
all
really
things
insane.
being safe. Lord.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely looking forward. Yeah, Mavericks and Lakers, I would say first game. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the Pelicans and the Heat. Pelicans had time to have their training camp or at least have had time to get healthy and work together a little bit more. So I want to see Zion in shape. You know what I'm saying? Come back. You know what I'm saying? To play.
Good preseason.
What'd you feel about Doc going to Philly?
Ben Simmons is the problem there. I don't know.
I thought the coach was the problem because I don't know any other coach that wouldn't have screamed on Joel Embiid to get your big ass back underneath the basket.
Agreed.
Running around shooting 3-pointers like Reggie Miller. It's like, look, I understand you want to stretch the floor around, but you have an automatic mismatch down low. Go on the block.
Right.
Now. But
right.
he should I don't think Ben Simmons is a problem. Would it help if he could shoot? Of course. But he can do everything.
To be able to shoot. Your guard has to be able to shoot in the playoffs. You cannot not shoot the 3.
Agreed. I don't think that he's the problem though.
I mean, it hurts the team.
They had a point guard and maybe took him off the ball in the fourth quarter.
He's not a 2. He still can't shoot. You got to have the ball in his hand so he can make plays. But him not being able to shoot, not being the threat at all from the wing.
So maybe Tobias Harris, who they gave $20-something million to, and Joel Embiid, who also has a lot of money, maybe they can do some of the work. Tobias Harris is supposed to be a wing player, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So not every point guard in the league can shoot. The Lakers have other than Derek Fisher, have gone 25 years without a point guard that can shoot. Think about it.
That sounds crazy when you say it right.
Who's on the team?
Think about it. So, I'm talking about before Derek Fisher. Remember when you had the the lean years before Kobe got back to the playoffs, the point guard was, you had a little Smush Parker thrown in there. You had
actually Smush could shoot,
yeah.
but huh?
Because you couldn't shoot in the league.
Smush could shoot.
Smush could shoot. No, Smush could shoot. He could shoot in the league, or he could probably still be there.
Yeah.
He's supposed to do that one thing, and he couldn't do it. He's point guard, right?
Yeah, but hence my point. They lean years.
Yeah, Nick Van Exel.
Right. When's the last time they went to the playoffs?
Nick Van Exel could shoot. They didn't get to the playoffs with Smush. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But when they were winning, they didn't have a point guard that you could say, yo, he gonna kill us today.
You said weren't winning?
When they were winning, it was Shaq and Kobe.
They had Kobe and Shaq.
So I'm talking about as far as point guards. You said
Derek Fisher could shoot. You can't leave Derek Fisher open.
Yeah, but you didn't have to. You had to worry more about the Diesel and Bean than you had to worry about him.
But on Derek Fisher's side, you couldn't go help side. When he dumps it down to Shaq, you can't slack off and leave him in the corner or on the wing.
You shouldn't be able to do that with any point guard.
Ben Simmons.
But that's why he got. But I still.
He's getting triple team. Any side Ben Simmons is on, it's a double team on the beat.
That's what Tobias Harris is there for. And before that, they had Jimmy Butler.
They can't be on the same side. That's the thing, though.
So the coach need to learn how to work that out, or the point guard need to space it out. You can't, son. Look, at some point, it can't just be all on Ben Simmons. It's a bunch of.
No, it's not all on. It's not all on him. No.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a bunch of blame to go around in Philly from the coach who was an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Not that he was a bad coach, but you clearly are not getting the best out of, like, there's nobody in the league like Embiid. He the last of those centers, right? Mm-hmm. If you know, and it wasn't like he didn't have good footwork and all that stuff. You punish whoever is down there. Go on the block, boom, boom, give it to him. He punished whoever it is until he foul whoever out, or he ended with 40. It's either one of the two things gonna happen if you keep on giving him. He's too good. You know what I'm saying?
But his mindset is still perimeter. He's still a perimeter player.
But he wasn't a perimeter player in Kansas. So now you come to the league where you got a mismatch, and now you decide you want to be Kevin Garnett.
Because college coaches have more power than NBA coaches.
Huh?
College coaches have more power than NBA coaches.
Depends on who the coach is. Because nobody tells Pop.
Bill Self would say, "You sit down."
Nobody tells Pop what they're gonna do. Nobody tells Rick Carlisle what they're gonna do.
I did. Quasi, I ain't playing.
No, he did that for himself.
He said, I ain't playing, Pop.
No, he was
My
hurt.
hand hurt.
No, he was hurt for real. He was hurt for real, and they wanted him to play. You know what I'm saying? That's different. And to be perfectly honest, you got, if it wasn't for the 7 bounce joint, you might not have won a championship since you left. You got there last year and you got washed. Or KD been healthy, and Clay been healthy. He had a perfect storm. He had a perfect storm last year. Not that they got to give the ring back. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Yeah.
But if the bounce didn't go the way it happened, because that was a 7-game series, and if KD and Clay would have been healthy, there's no way in the world they beat Golden State that year.
No.
So it's like him leaving San Antonio wasn't probably the best thing. Anybody else that's going underneath Pop usually it worked out okay. Rick Carlisle, great coach. Eric Spoelstra, great coach. Got to the point where people had to stop when you're not going to tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that type of respect. They get paid too. So it's like if you got a coach that's scared to tell the star something, then he shouldn't be there.
Yeah. I mean, the stars, it depends on the star too, because if they either they listen or they don't.
But you
as a star, if they don't listen, it's not really much you can do. Name
a star the last 25 years who didn't listen. Even Kobe listened.
Because Kobe's a true basketball player. He listen. He wants to be coached.
Stop moving the goalpost, sir.
I
said, I like to say name up.
And then you say Kobe.
Name one of the great players. Name one of the great players that didn't listen. Even Mike listened. He had to listen to Phil in order to get in order to work it out and learn how to do the triangle. Same thing with Shaq and Kobe. Same thing with Kawhi. He listened to Pop. Same thing with Tim Duncan. He listened to Pop. Dwayne Wade listened to Pat Riley and Spoelstra. You know what I'm saying? If you're a great player, you don't have no problem being coached. The ones that have a problem being coached probably don't got no rings. The one that does got lucky. You could say Kyrie, and he had his with LeBron James. Nobody else will be on that.
That guy. I'm starting really not to like him, man.
Nobody else will be on that. Yo, I do what I want. Shit has won. It's don't work. Even in a league that's run by the players, if you had a coach that they respect, then they will fall in line.
Okay, respect that.
Yeah. Mike will snuff somebody right now for saying something's wrong with the triangle. He'll snuff you in your face right now. Kobe might too.
Yeah.
Like, son, that shit got me collectively. That shit got them 11 rings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when
Really
what we
can't
don't
argue with
realize is, as great as a setup that offense is, you need some real excellent dudes to run it flawlessly like that.
Yeah, whoever get it last got to really be able to score the basketball.
And Phil just happened to have two of the.
Phil got lucky too.
Yeah, Phil got really
lucky too.
He got very lucky.
He had the ball last. Be good. You know
he's how many top 20 players has he coached? So Shaq,
Kobe, Mike Pippen.
That's 4 right there. Yeah, that's it.
Who did he have on the Knicks on that stint?
I don't think nobody else. He never coached. He never coached.
He's part of the organization. Who was over there?
Nobody, because he didn't bring nobody there. Yo, you ain't gonna sit there and talk about the Knicks crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what he did? He gave Carmelo Anthony, Jeremy Lin, and while LeBron had Bosh and Wade, and everybody was like, "Well, why can't you do the same thing LeBron and him do?"
Didn't Bron and Wade end that Jeremy Lin thing?
Of insanity, probably.
Yeah, I remember that game.
In spectacular fashion at that. You know what I'm saying?
They ended Isaiah Thomas too.
What is insanity? Didn't he just away now? Where's he at now? He's
back. He's on Golden State right now.
He's on Golden State? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I would never, and that's the thing. Like Phil, Melo had 3 coaches. He had Kurt Rambis, remember? He had Derek Fisher, who had never coached before and was a year away from playing. I mean, a season away from playing. Got rid of Mike Woodson, who was the only person that got the Knicks to the playoffs in the last 20 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kept on trying to do the triangle, and at the time, the Knicks didn't even have anybody that had been to their 3rd year of college, much less graduated. It's like you got to have basketball savants to be good with that. Everybody talking about how great the triangle is. Like, nigga, we've only seen it be successful with 2 of the top 5 players in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course it's going to work with them. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I try to explain that to Beezy. Beezy, you know, because he hate Melo. So he's like, there was something that came out like Tom Thibodeau ran some aspects of the triangle, but nobody said anything about it because he didn't call it the triangle. And we had tried to explain to Beezy, like, look, every team in the league runs some aspect of the triangle. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened that when Phil was doing it with the Lakers and the Bulls, he had the greatest players of all time. I said, yo, you have Mike, Scotty, Shaq, and Kobe. Yeah. Who was running the triangle with Melo? Ray Felton? Like, yo.
2-Gun Ray?
Yo, don't get me wrong, Fat Ray cool, but it's like, he ain't Kobe. Like,
he hold them things, though.
Like, yo, come on.
He hold them things.
Hey, man. yeah, you see where it got him, right? Fat Ray been in the league since.
Crazy.
All I'm saying is, man, we have to, like, before we slander some of these brothers out here, we have to really, really ask these questions. Like, okay, well, what did he get? Or what was the circumstances behind it? The Knicks couldn't run the triangle. It's like, who did they have? And then when he didn't have Kobe and Shaq, he had Kobe and Paul Gasol. One of the greatest passing big men in the history of the game. It's like, you had great basketball minds. You didn't have that. You had Melo, who was a supreme scorer, and he needed somebody to help him run the offense. And the Knicks never gave him anybody. And then by the time you got KP, the organization was so effed up that after a while, after 2 years, he wanted to leave. And everybody was like, well, what were they supposed to do? Why'd they let him go? Like, he didn't want to be here. He's gonna leave for nothing.
Yeah.
Mavs gave him the best deal. They make it seem like somebody said, "Yo, y'all want LeBron?" We said, "No, give us Dennis Smith Jr." Like, it was never that. You know what I'm saying? They gave us who we could take. You know what I mean? So it's like now KP ain't been healthy since he's been in Dallas. Still ain't beat the Knicks since he left, if we being honest. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we'll find somebody else. If he can find somebody like that in the draft, we can. The Knicks just can't be picking eighth. Nowadays, you don't find nobody eighth. And when you do find somebody eighth, it'd be Donovan Mitchell or something like that. And then the Knicks pick ninth or something like that. So it's like, it just don't work out for us. You know? So when everybody's talking about, the league is rigged and all that, like, if the league was rigged, the Knicks have been good 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks have been a laughing stock for 20 years. If the league was rigged, best believe the Knicks would not have been a laughing stock for the last 20 years. I could point to that 100%. Whenever they talk about that, the league is rigged and they just want so-and-so to win. Nah, if they wanted anybody to win, they would put the Knicks would have been in the playoffs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hear you. So, needless to say, it's going to be a lot of good games coming on this holiday season. Definitely looking forward to all the different games coming on for real.
This time on Christmas too, for the first time in a while.
Oh,
usually NFL let the NBA rock.
Right. Well,
they got a doubleheader, I think.
Yeah, I mean, listen, things are different now. Clearly,
Yeah.
you know, like we were talking about. This is our Christmas episode. I'm gonna keep referencing my man's beautiful tree in the background, which let me tell y'all something. He's slaved to put that tree up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's slaved to put that tree up because he was sending us pictures when he was putting it up. Like, I think I asked you for, like, you supposed to send me something. I'm like, yo, he's like, yo, I'm still trying to earn my dinner up in this house. Like, trying to put this tree up. I saw a ladder and I was like, yo, you know, you got to earn it, man. With that big ass tree, man. Crazy.
Yeah. Real tree.
That's what you got to do every year.
Getting a real tree this year. You got a real tree, John?
No, we don't. But we were talking about we might get one next year, but we still got the.
Don't do it, B. Do it.
Make the house smell good, though, right?
You can get some pond spray, some candles, man.
Artificial's fine with him.
It's the Yuletide spirit, Latif. It's not Yuletide-ish.
You got a whole tool set to get this out the house.
Right.
Hey,
outside
man,
tools.
You got a strapping young man.
Yeah, put that boy to work.
Yeah.
He went, Dad, I gotta go practice. He got, Dad, I gotta go practice.
Yeah, Christmas is always during the season.
Right.
You got to work out for him. Come chop this tree down.
So,
he throws back out, lifting this tree. It'll be over for me.
So, being that it's the end of the year for all of us, we gotta run through like at least a top 5 hip hop albums. You know what I'm saying, for this year that we've listened to and we feel like, oh, these are our personal top 5s. And I'm gonna say mine off the top. Like, there's a bunch of albums I didn't listen to. So it's not, people be like, oh, why you ain't had that? Probably because I didn't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Or if I did listen to it, it wasn't good. It didn't make my top 5. But I didn't listen to a whole. I don't got that type of time. It's everybody's releasing projects. I'm not going to get to everybody. I'm not. So the ones that actually get to me and they catch my ear, they stay on repeat for me. So I definitely got a good top 5. I feel so. You know, are we going to put this in order, or are we just going to top 5 pair? Not order. Okay. Well, I can put one of them in order. The number one I can put in order. The number one hip hop album I can put that in order. But the other 4, it can fluctuate. But I have a good feeling. So
speak your mind, beloved.
How we gonna do? We're gonna go through all 5. We're gonna go 5. Each one go 5. Each one go 4. Like, how we gonna do this? How y'all want to do it?
Just name your 5.
All right, so here we go.
I think we repeat a lot of.
Right, yeah. So
I think so.
Yeah, so my top 5 this year is Burden of Proof by Benny the Butcher, From King to a God by Conway the Machine, Reasonable Drought by Stove God Cooks, I'm gonna go with King's Disease as well by Nas, and my 5th one, which is actually the number 1 album for me, is Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist. Clearly, because that album right there is and I'm sure we talked about it on previous episodes, that for me, that album I can always tell how much I like album by how much I play it when I'm in the car. And that was one of those albums. And plus, a lot of albums are short these days, so you can go through them real fast and repeat. So that album, like, I kept that album on repeat. Like, it's no skips to me. It's no skips. And probably the song that I might skip is the last song on the album. So I just let it play. Yeah,
the last one?
That to me, that's
Skinny Shug.
Is that what it's called? I gotta look at the thing, but the last song on the album. It's okay, but compared to the rest of the song, it's not. It's my least favorite, and I like the entire album. It's my least favorite of the rest of the album, and I love the rest of the album. That's what I'm saying. So, but the album to me is pretty much flawless. Listen, I just bought the instrumental version of this album on vinyl. That's the type of nerd shit that I'm into. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I like this album. And with that said, I just have to say that Freddie Gibbs has put together back-to-back classic albums, in my opinion, from Bandana last year to Alfredo this year. Most of our favorite MCs have never done that, in my opinion. Like, it's something to be said about that shit, man. Like, that's a huge deal. And I feel like in the future, like how people, I think I might have posted this maybe on Twitter, something like that, how people view Low End Theory by Tribe or Midnight Marauders. You're either a Low End Theory person or you're Midnight Marauders. That's how people are gonna view Bandana and Alfredo. And I'm Alfredo too. But I know people who are Bandana.
And Low End Theory while we're here.
See, I'm Midnight Marauders and Alfredo. See? So, like, I see that being discussed in years to come because he's put back-to-back great bodies of work. I mean, he's had good albums before that, but these two, nope. Like, his stock has risen over the past 2 years bigger than I would have ever thought. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard of Gibbs for years, and I've heard stuff from him for years. But I think when I really started paying attention to him was when he put out the first album with Madlib, the producer, called Pinata a few years ago. Yeah, Pinata was dope. That was dope. So, and that's what I really started.
Push on it, right?
Yep. Wait.
Yeah.
No, Push was on the Bandana. Push was on Bandana. It was him and Push and Killer Mike. Yeah. Palmolive. Yeah.
That's why come on a lot in my.
Yeah, that joint is serious.
My workout playlist. That's on there. That's on every day.
Yeah. So I mean, that's my top 5. I got to give an honorable mention to a written testimony by Jay Electronica and Jay-Z. I bought that. I mean, I played that a lot, and I played the other member of Griselda, the First Lady, Armani Caesar, the Liz. That album was dope too. Like, I really enjoyed that album too. So
okay. Before you go, Chief, y'all heard Conway's Deluxe joint, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The new the girl that he had rhyming on the joint.
On the crack in the 90s.
I told y'all. I tried to, yeah.
7th Ave something or 7th Street something.
Yeah. Yes.
He murdered.
And she has a great voice too. She got
busy.
Now look,
she got busy.
Very real. Yeah, that's maybe that had a lot to do with it too. Now we were just talking about. I don't know if you were doing it on the group thread. It was the last episode of people getting murdered on their own records. Y'all was talking. Y'all
right.
Talking,
yeah.
Renegade, whatever. Yo, she cleaned up Conway and the other dude that was on there. She had the longest verse for one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
she did.
Because of the beat, because there wasn't a lot of stuff going on in it, you could hear everybody's lyrics.
Right.
Unhindered. You know what I'm saying? So she, crystal clear voice. Y'all said, her voice was dope.
Yeah.
And I just think, what she was saying was dope. And she flowed through that whole thing. It seemed like she was in the booth and it was like, nah, keep on going. Like somebody might have had another verse coming. They were like, nah, hold up. Nah, keep that going. You know what I mean? So
I think that was intentional.
Yeah.
No, I definitely think it was intentional. Yeah. I'm just saying, that's how dope a verse was to me.
Yeah.
Not to compare, because I don't want to compare to another female MC, but I have to.
Foxy?
No. She's
I'm
giving me
the first joint Foxy was on.
She's giving me Hurricane G vibes. For those who remember Hurricane G, was down with Redman and all. Yeah. So that's what she was giving me. But go ahead, White.
Her voice, actually, that's a great comparison right there, because her voice actually reminds me of Hurricane G too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just saying Foxy because the first joint she was on, she had the longest verse. Not the joint with Jay, the first group joint she was on.
I Shot You? The joint with
Versace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man. She was. Oh, that was mean.
Yeah.
That's all. That song had. Think about it, that song had Prodigy. L been on a couple of posse cuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was L Formula, remember? L Formula was I'm gonna do 8 good songs for the girls,
Yeah, get
and
these
then
hard.
Don't big them up, White. Don't big them up, White.
And I'm gonna do
Wow.
I'm gonna do a posse cut with the nicest dudes out to let y'all know I still got bars.
Yeah,
And
but
L
this guy hates Drake.
never got washed ever.
You know.
As a la Drake.
I mean, hey, listen.
This is the 10th episode, so we go keep it jovial here.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna mess
Yeah.
with dude. So,
All
yeah,
right.
you right.
All right.
Yeah,
So
you right.
next top five. Go
ahead, T.
All right, here we go. Alfredo's 1 for me. Conway's 2. Benny is 3. Yeah. Stove God 4. Nas was in it. I liked it when it came out.
But I know what you
The replay value just wasn't there for me.
Kind of diminished. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
can't. I probably go to the last. I mean, I probably go to the same. I still do listen to it a lot, but I probably go to the same 4 songs.
Yeah.
That I listen to. That's not.
Yeah. I stopped listening to it as much.
Yeah, me too. I did.
So
I did stop.
I think I'm gonna slide on "Pray for Paris" in there by Westside. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good.
I listen to that more. Like it's a complete album. Like it's dope.
But like we were having this conversation before, do you listen to it to listen to Westside, or do you listen to it to listen to the features that he has on there?
The songs, like.
But it's not like, Westside part that you excited about hearing. That's my that was my point earlier. It was like that's why I can't put that up there. I don't. But
it's we're not saying artists, we're saying albums.
Yeah, but if that's the case, there's mixtapes that was better than albums.
Which one?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think they make mixtapes anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, whatever's come out as a complete body of work is an album. So if we're talking about albums, then as far as artists, no, Westside is not in my top 5 MCs.
I'm not talking about 5 overall. So you would say he's in your top 5 in 2020?
As far as MC,
or you just talking about the album itself?
Just the album, just the body of work, separate from that. Yeah, because like with music out now, like I don't even really know song titles anymore, really. Because I just listen and
all my music information from y'all. You know, I don't.
Yeah. No, but Alfredo is the best complete project.
Yeah.
And Conway's the best rapper. I'm back to him now.
You back to him? Yeah.
Those. You know why?
What?
You didn't watch? I don't think JP. The show that had no title.
I missed it. Yeah.
He did the joint at the end right before Overdose. Overdose is insane, by the way. It's called Half of It. I had forgot about it.
That's nuts.
He's performing. I'm like, what is this song? Yo, why is he rhyming like this? I searched for it. It's from 2019. Yeah, he's on another level. Like when he gets in his pocket.
Oh yeah,
it's different, man.
Yeah, it is.
I used to go back and forth, and I still do go back and forth between him and Benny. Yeah. I think the last albums that they put out, at least for me, it nudged Conway a little bit ahead of Benny. I still think that both of them, and don't get me wrong, because I love, look, Pusha T can make another 10 albums talking about coke, and I wouldn't be upset. It's not the subject matter that they're talking about. It's what they saying when talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear Conway talk about the points and diamonds on almost every song. 30 point this, 40 point that, 50 point that. I'm like, okay, I get it. But, I need to still talk about that, but I need you to do a little bit more colorful. You know what I'm saying? But still, I still think he's probably my favorite rapper out now on the new generation.
But if, like, lyrically, I mean, I love Benny. Like I say, Benny reminds me of a young Hove.
Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that.
But lyrically, Conway, like, when he's, like, really rapping, and his flow, like, he can flow over anything. Like, he's just different. Like, y'all don't really like that Anza joint with Armani.
Yeah, that's okay.
If you listen to that joint, his flow is insane. It's just
yeah. I mean, even when the deluxe joint he just released with the extra few songs,
yeah,
the Oysters joint, it's
yes,
crazy. His flow was like, yo, I was just like,
crazy.
yeah, man, like, man.
Yeah.
So definitely. I mean, listen, our top fives are kind of similar, whatever, with a joint here, there. But all right, White, who's your top five? Who's in your top five for this year?
Well, the ones that we have in common are the Gibbs joint, Conway, Benny, definitely on my list. Those are the ones that I played all the time this year. Fourth on that list, I'm gonna go with Busta's album.
Okay.
I really, really enjoyed Busta's album. Parts of me makes it. Sometimes I think it's too long.
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
I would have liked it if he could have knocked 5 or 6 songs off there. I think he'd have been just as good.
Yes.
And a couple other songs, I think he could have made a little longer. You know what I'm saying? Like the Purge joint that Swizz did.
Yeah.
The True and D joint that Primo did. You know what I'm saying? I thought that could have like he and Busta was just going off that. I mean, he wasn't even concerned about the hooks or whatever.
Yeah.
He was, cutting hooks like. And I like that type of, hip hop. I like this, the boom bap. Let me hear. Those are good. Like, I know Teeth is more of I think he likes more of the melodic stuff. He likes more of the songs want to be better.
Yeah.
Like, he wants every piece of that to be good. And I understand that part of it. For me, and I think that's why I'm able to enjoy Nas still, is because I'm able to look past some of that part of it. Now, as a John P. producer, I don't want to disrespect him because I know for him, there is no one part of song that's more important. If anything, the track might be more important than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when it comes to certain MCs, they don't need that because they so good on the other side. I'm not saying Busta's like that. I think that Nas is like that. I actually think that your boy Aubrey is like that. I think that when he ready to prove, hey, I can still rap. When he wants to do that, it's like, he can really tear it up. When he wants to. But he also makes excellent songs. So sometimes I think the song may take away from that. But that's a story for another day.
Yes.
Fifth on the list for this year. Shit, that's a tough one. King's Disease is around there. Surprisingly, Big Sean. Like, I didn't think I was going to listen to that as much as I did.
Yeah,
I'm not a big.
I need to give it a listen.
I didn't listen to as much. Yeah,
I need to give it a listen. I didn't. Yeah,
I'm not a Big Sean fan.
He's nice.
He's nice though.
No, he's nice, but he's boring to me. You don't change his flow. He don't
his
change
flow's the same. Yeah.
No, you can never say, hey, that don't sound like Big Sean. No, it sounds exactly like Big Sean. You know exactly what he sounds like.
Yeah. Damn! Wait, I want to go back.
No, not too late.
I didn't do a fifth. Royce. I didn't do a fifth.
You did do a fifth.
Nope. I did Conway, Benny, Freddie, Stove God.
And Pray for Paris.
Stove God is my fifth.
I'm changing it.
Yeah,
Royce.
Pray for Paris.
Royce is fifth.
Allegory.
Yeah.
Allegory. Yeah. That was a good one.
Stove God would be my fifth.
Okay.
Those 5 albums.
Yeah.
Are the albums that I've played the most.
Yeah. And I have to. Yeah. Those are hot.
Yeah. I know the Capo joint came out last year, right? 2019.
Yes. Yeah, because that was probably my number one last year.
Yeah. I'm about to say that would have been a high on my list of joints last year.
Number one last year for me was Little Brother. Oh, may the Lord watch. What'd you say? You said something slick, boy? You said something slick about my little brother. You know what I'm saying?
You know that's not Teeth Lane at all, boy.
Listen.
That is not Teeth Lane.
Listen, and I'm fine with
dinner
that.
Parties or something. China patterns.
He's so disrespectful. Fonte is one of the greatest MCs ever. I'm gonna say that right now. And I can say that knowing that I've listened to enough of his catalog and Little Brother's catalog over the years since they've come out, he's one of the greatest, and he's an underrated MC. He's an underrated.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
is.
story for another day. He's crazy.
Not enough people know him though, for real.
They don't.
They broke up at the wrong time. Seriously, they broke up at the wrong time.
That was Knife's fault, right?
It was really a fallout between, like, they were going in different directions. Knife and they were going in different directions. They were trying to. Knife was supposed to be part of the reunion thing, but they couldn't get it together. They couldn't get. You
know what else I like Fonte? Because when he do stuff outside of the Little Brother joint, it's always fire.
Yeah.
It's always fire. Every time he do the stuff with Eric Roberson, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And he could really sing. That nigga could really sing.
And he does. See, I didn't know that was him singing. I thought that was Eric Roberson singing. I'm like, yo, like, he sound all right. You know what I'm saying? And then he did the joint. Foreign Exchange is him, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Fonte is, he's an underrated member of the hip hop community.
Wait, he's from Foreign Exchange?
Foreign Exchange is Fonte and Nicolay, the producer. Nicolay's from the Netherlands. He lives in North Carolina. And Fonte, they started, the first album came out in 2004, Connected, when they did the entire album over like email, because still live in the Netherlands, and they had never like physically met. But then they continued their relationship and made several great albums. And like, I've seen him in concert a couple times, you know.
Yeah, I saw him in concert out here.
Yeah. I mean, as good as the singer he is, he's even better MC, and he could spit with some of the best of them. But for 2019, that was my favorite one. I want to get back to one of the albums that's on all our list is Stove God Cooks. This album came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how I got.
Me in the Stove God.
I know, but I don't know how I got. I forgot who. It might have been my man Kill, but I don't think it was him, because Kill always puts me up on a lot of new music. But when I got wind of that, and I was like, for somebody this was his first album, and there was so much confidence in his flow.
Yeah,
like
his delivery.
It's like he was talking to you, not necessarily rhyming. It's like he was talking to you. It was like this dude. It was like you would think this was like his 10th album. Like that's how much you felt like you believed this dude. Like the confidence flow was just unmatched.
I can tell he studied Reasonable Doubt.
Okay. And why is that? Because not just because of the title. Not just because of the title.
No, not the title. No, flow and delivery. Flow and delivery. The way you talk about certain things, like as like a matter of fact, like it's.
I thought his delivery is kind of more. Jay has a conversational delivery, but it's still in the flow of the music. You know what I'm saying? I think Jay's voice is so crystal clear. I always thought that was his best attribute.
But I do think Stove God is way more animated. He's like, but in a good way. Yeah, in a good way.
So whenever you start the song with "Sold a Brick Out the Church Parking Lot, Hallelujah." That was the first song I ever heard from him. That's the first I ever heard. You know me, I'm like, nigga, turn that up. Nigga, selling bricks out the church parking lot. What, nigga? Sign me up. Nigga. How many bricks, Stove? How many? So I love that shit. Crazy.
Yo, like, because he would sing, like he got a great voice. Like having a great distinct voice is always like, that's a blessing.
And
rap, yo, and it's there's certain guys who have distinct voice, like a DM. He kind of reminds me of DMX too, when I'm talking about but I'm talking about animation wise in his delivery. You know what I'm saying? Like he would, like, you know, when he rhymed, he'll stop and he'd be like, "No, I'm the dog," like, you know, stuff like when he's stuff like that in his rhymes, like his ad-libs, his joints is crazy to me. So much energy, and that's why I say he reminds me of DMX, the energy and the confidence in the flow like that. Not because he sounds like nothing like that. I'm just talking about confidence and energy wise, like. But the music was crazy. Rock Marcy, like, I know a lot of people not, you know, Rock Marcy is one of those dudes that he had a great career, but he's been mainly underground. Yeah, Mount Marcy. I haven't listened to it yet. I need to listen to it. But he's been on his own lane for a long time, and he produced this entire album. And I love the music because it goes with what he's like. It just feels right, man. It's one of those albums. It's a great album,
crazy?
man.
3 of the albums, at least that fell into our top 6 or 7, were one MC, one producer. The Gibbs joint,
right?
Nas's King's Disease joint,
right?
And Stove God,
right? Wow.
3 of them are like from the same family almost.
Right. Yep.
Stove God's part of that Griselda family, like a cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they from that
like
same
Rack Mossy. Yeah. You know
he's on 3 joints on Pray for Powers.
Yeah. And he's from Busta's lineage, because Rock Marcy is from and because Rock Marcy's from Busta's lineage or whatever. So there's that connection too. So I mean, it's been a good year for some cocaine rap. No doubt about it. Like,
and it seems like the emphasis on lyrics is coming back. Not that because there weren't any since March. We ain't been able to go nowhere to turn up. So the turn up music and the strip club music and all that stuff, while still getting made, hasn't been at the forefront as it's been, over the last few years. And it seemed like probably started last summer. You know what I'm saying? I think as I don't want to give them that credit. Let me just say, over the last year and a half, I've seen a more emphasis on lyrics. Even the younger generation is starting to look more towards that. Not that they don't like the music that they hear at 1 o'clock in the club either, but I think nowadays they're starting to be like, look, I'll listen to that in the club. Like, I don't want to hear that when I'm in the car. I don't want to hear that at the crib. I want to hear something different. So when you get the Griseldas and you get the Freddie Gibbs coming up with different, even with Nas, you know what I'm saying, 38 Specials, the Stove Gods, you know what I'm saying, you got people that's coming up that's more lyrically driven, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's a good thing for hip hop, because after a while we starting to get kind of buffoonery, when it came to the stuff.
You think everybody's recognizing that, or is it a generational thing? Because when B-Dot put out that list, I saw a lot of younger people talking about.
It's definitely a generational thing.
I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. But the thing about it is what they don't realize, and I think we've talked about this before, the people that y'all think are the top rappers in this generation right now are all lyrical rappers. Yeah. J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, they all guys who you could say can rhyme, and not just, they don't just strip club music and turn up music. Y'all may not know that. The reason why these girls are posting Drake quotes every time he put out a record, because y'all love his lyrics.
Right. But to the younger generation, they looked at it as OGs.
Yeah. Because Benny, Conway, Freddie, they're not much younger than us.
Right. I mean, they're a little bit older. They're just like a few years older than Drake, because Drake is like 34. He about to be 35.
All right. So look at so look at the younger ones. Look at Corday. Look at what's homeboy from rhyme with A Boogie, Don Q. You know what I'm saying? Look at anybody that's with TDE. Like, most of them people are lyrical people.
Yeah, but they ain't the popular people like Lil Baby or like Da Baby or like those are the guys that are really running this shit.
But I look at Da Baby as being a lyrical dude.
Okay, he can rhyme.
Right, I give you that.
Can rhyme too.
But, yeah, I get that, but we're not talking about them. They ain't on the level of the niggas we talking about.
No. Yeah, but they also first. Yeah, but those other dudes also got at least a decade in the game.
Right.
Like,
but what I'm saying
if we're talking about top like rappers of the year, Lil Baby has to be on that list.
Okay, but he's also a more lyrical rapper.
Yeah.
Of these younger generational rappers too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like he don't do mumble rap. You know what I'm saying? He's not one of them dudes. So,
but like a lot of people don't know who Freddie is. Even in our generation, like
I give you that. But Freddie ain't he from like Cincinnati or something like that?
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah. That's always a tough when you come off some place like that. Look at somebody like Benny and them. Like nobody checking for Buffalo.
It's
no matter how good we could have caught him, it took him a while to get on. You know what I'm saying? Stove God from Syracuse.
Nobody knows Stove God.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Nobody. She's brand new. You know what's funny? I believe Freddie and Big Sean and a couple people were all on the same freshman XL cover together. Big Sean, Freddie, however many years ago that was. I think J. Cole might have been on the same cover.
That means Kendrick got to be in that same list.
So I forget. So I forget. Maybe even what you call it was on there too. Oh gosh, I can't remember MC's name, but like it's a lot of them that was on like, wow. Sometimes it takes that much longer for you to pop. Like Big Sean popped way sooner, you know what I'm saying? And so did Cole, but Freddie stayed at it, and the shit is working for him now. Like,
they both had cosign, so Cole had J cosign.
Yeah.
Freddie, Sean, he had Kanye.
True. So, I mean,
needed that though?
Huh?
You think they needed that
to pop the way they did? Yeah.
I agree with that. A big cosign always helps.
The one who didn't was Kendrick.
That was
yeah, Dre though.
He had a Dre cosign, but it wasn't as clear.
I know it wasn't as clear, but
yeah,
that Dre, like, it probably widened his. I mean, he was popping from way before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I first heard him in Section 80. That's one of my mans.
I don't know how they think about that outside of the West, but out here they don't link Kendrick with Dre at all. You know what I'm saying? Even when he first came out and Dre did a few records for him, it was never always.
I really don't view it like that, but it kind of it all came together. It all came together at the right time. You know what I mean?
But Kendrick on that Compton joint Dre put out, he was Snoop of the Chronic on that joint.
There was a few people on that record.
He's on like 4 joints. He wrote on like 6 joints.
Right. You're right.
There was the John Connor dude from Michigan that was on there.
John Connor's nice. Like, I don't
know what happened to him, right?
I don't know.
I love that album.
That
album was really great. I love the joint that Primo did on there too. Yo, it was some joints on there.
Marsha Ambrosius did a couple of dope features on that album too.
Yeah,
I think that's around the time I really started. No, I not really started, but when I heard Anderson .Paak on the album, I was like, oh, Anderson about to blow.
That was before that was after his first album.
Yeah, that was after. But I'm saying
his
about to blow.
Insane.
His first album was insane. Like I heard him before he got with Dre, but I was like, oh, he's on Dre. I was like, he about to go. He about to go now, and he fucking went. Yeah. So, I mean, the top 5s, man. Like, and as we saw, like a couple episodes when we was talking about the Grammy nomination best album, at least one of the albums that we all chose as the top album for us is actually one of the albums nominated for a Grammy, and that's Alfredo. And King Disease is nominated as well. Mm-hmm. So it should be interesting to see. Like, I think we all spoke that Nas probably would get it.
Yeah,
because of
watch D Smoke win.
Right, but I'm just saying I won't be surprised to see D Smoke win.
Don't hate on D Smoke, man. D Smoke's nice, man.
But we all feel that Alfredo should win.
Yeah, I'm not listening to him. He is nice.
I need to listen to his album too. I haven't listened to D Smoke's album. I need to listen to it.
I can see him winning this with the people that he had. Like, if Nas don't win, I won't be surprised. He never won. The person I'll be surprised win is Jay Electronica. And
that's not gonna happen.
And Freddie Gibbs. I would be shocked if either one of those.
If Jay Elect win,
I'm gonna be like,
who?
Jay Electronica win. As much as I'm a Jay Electronica fan, like I think Jay Electronica is another great MC.
I can't stand his guts.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm talking about it's like as a talent, just like people talk about Aaron Rodgers as a talent. That's how I feel about Jay.
Give us product, man.
I understand that, but I've
heard enough. Drop Exhibit C and then disappear.
All I'm saying is, man? I've heard enough from him. I've heard enough from him to give an opinion that I feel like he's one of the great MCs that I've ever heard in my life. That's how I feel about it. That's enough. I've heard enough from him.
All right. All jokes aside, you know how much I love Jay Elect.
I know.
But come on, you drop Exhibit C, Exhibit A, then you don't put out nothing. You put out a couple of Lucy's.
Hot Lucy's at that.
Yeah. But then your first album in 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Was like 10 years since he signed a deal with Rock?
Right.
Is a duet with Jay-Z. Come on, man. And the first voice we hear is Jay's voice on your first song.
Hey,
You're supposed to get busy that whole joint, letting people know what the hype was.
Not only that, but
maybe he felt he did.
Jay also cleaned him up on the songs. They won together too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My son, sir. So you got to call my son, sir.
My favorite joint on there. And that's another thing. These dudes making my favorite songs 2 minutes. I'm like, dogs. Check out my melody was 7.5 minutes long. Mm-hmm. I got 3 whole 16s and 2 verses, a bridge, all that.
That's the thing
people
about
don't do 3 verses no more.
Yeah, this is keep you wanting more. Like,
yeah, people don't do.
I'm not mad at it.
No
keep you wanting more.
Man, he gave us 1 album in 10 years.
But here's the reason for the short songs. So if you really like it, you play it again and again, and in the streaming world, that matters.
That matters, yeah.
It matters.
But that's why Griselda can put out all these albums. He's only giving you 1 verse a song. Think about it. Nas, J, Big. When everybody was coming out, we was doing 3 verses a song. Yeah.
I mean, it's true. I mean, we all know that the days of 7-minute songs is like motherfuckers is not doing that.
I love a good 7-minute R&B song.
The attention span to people, it's weird. But I love a good long song. If the song is good, please.
Oh, you listen to that K-Slate joint?
Oh yeah. No, I haven't. No.
Take a listen, huh? No.
How long is that? 50 minutes.
50 MCs, huh? No.
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good, dog.
I don't want to hear a song with 50 of my favorite MCs.
Yeah, I don't have a 50 MC playlist.
Yeah. I don't even think I got 50 favorite MCs. If I do,
if I can name 50 MCs, they ain't my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta switch the beat up 30.
I started listening to that. I was like, all right, I had enough of this. Like 2 minutes in, like, all right.
Yeah, I don't know about that type of thing. Like, who's gonna actually sit there and watch? Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. It's the same beat.
Same beat.
Does the beat change?
No, and it's not really that good a beat.
See, and
see, it's an original beat.
It's an original beat.
Oh no! Don't grab you. That should have got a shot.
Yo, I'm gonna send you the link, Dwight. I'm gonna send you a link to it. I'm gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link to it.
A shot of me listening to it, an original beat. Oh no.
Nah, it's not banned from TV or nothing.
Yeah, you need something familiar.
I wouldn't want to hear the Benjamins for 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, come on, man. I'm good.
That shit is hilarious, man. Hilarious. So y'all heard our top 5s, man. If some of the albums y'all haven't heard before, go listen to them. They're really good albums. We won't steer y'all wrong. We are connoisseurs of this music, man.
Yes,
we talk about it a lot. We put each other up on music and we share it with y'all. So for those albums, Alfredo, Burden of Proof, From King to a God, Reasonable Drought, King's Disease, Pray for Paris. Royce Allegory, the Busta
Rhapsody dropped one this year too, right?
She dropped Eve.
That was this year?
I think that was this year.
2020 seemed like the longest.
Yeah, I liked it.
38 Special dropped one 6 shots. He dropped that 2020.
I need to listen to that. I don't think I heard that 38 Special.
That's a short one. It was like 7 songs. Right?
Mm-hmm. Fly God Awesome 2 came out this year too. And also West Side.
Eve was last year.
Lulu came out 2020.
Eve was last year.
Yeah. Oh, Eve was last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Run the Jewels came out this year. Tiana Taylor's album came out this year. Pete Rock and Can't Blow came out this year.
Pete Rock just dropped an instrumental project too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dope. Yep. Really dope.
Childish Gambino dropped one this year.
Yep. I got that. Pretty good.
That was dope. I need song titles on that, man.
Yeah, just numbers. It's just like numbers.
Yeah.
She's trying to go back. You heard, damn.
Yeah, I mean,
any album that disappointed you this year that you expected more from?
Let me see. That's
St. John's album this year too.
Yeah, I don't know if anything disappointed me because I don't. When did what?
Dropped that Summertime Shootout. Was that this year or last year? The most recent one.
Last year, and that was
Last
terrible.
year. That was last year.
Okay. The stench from that still stinks from last year, though. I was so disappointed because the ones before
that was bad.
Yeah, the ones before that. And then when I heard his explanation, him trying to keep up with these, I'm like, who asked you for that?
Yeah.
That was not your formula in the other summertime shootouts. It was not your formula in the soul tapes. Why would you try to switch it up now? To go chase some of my son. You've been out since 1998, man. Stop trying to chase these 15, 16-year-old fans. You're
Well,
not rocking with
he's doing that by the way he dressed.
Just get a dope beat and rhyme. Just it.
Yeah. Well, Dominicans be wilding anyway. With the dress. Ransom dropped a good one this year.
Okay.
He had 2 EPs this year.
Ransom?
Yeah.
This director's
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's very underrated.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
Yeah. Oh.
I'd actually put him in my top 5 over Stove God.
Okay.
The Ransom joint?
Yeah. Just over the fact that he had multiple projects this year.
Yeah. My dude Graph dropped a joint.
Well, you giving him participation.
Oracle 3.
You saying is the album better?
No, I'm saying we were doing artists, not albums.
Oh, okay. See, you're gonna switch it up again.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of music. Lot of music came out.
That's the one thing I don't like about the streaming era, son. Is just you get. Remember before albums came out on Friday, we knew when they came
Tuesday.
out. Tuesday. So, yeah, Tuesdays and Fridays. They drop on Fridays too. Now, Beyonce dropping albums at midnight on a slow Monday. You know what I'm saying? It's like you catching them from all over.
Yeah, I think Jasmine Sullivan about to drop again too.
That was crazy when she did that though.
Who, B?
Yeah, just dropped that album.
Yeah, well, she could do that. And then people started doing it, but not everybody need to do it. You still need to promo. You still need to put stuff out. But I guess it depends on who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Beyonce, Taylor Swift for the world, Drake. They can drop albums whenever they feel like it.
And to still make a big splash, because you could do whatever you want. Let people find it on their own. You know what I'm saying?
Because their highs will be up. Beyonce hive will be up at 4 a.m.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
They got all their notifications on. Real shit. Just real shit. So, being that this is the end of the year, I don't want to reminisce on the year that we've had because so many horrible things have happened this year. You know what I'm saying? And not just COVID, deaths to many of our people in our culture, just the unrest and the police violence, all the negative, a whole bunch of negative shit has happened this year. and it's been talked about way too much. So what I want to do is ask each one of y'all, and I'll start myself, give me a personal highlight this year, amidst all the wild and craziness that has gone on in 2020. For me, I have to say it is easily becoming a grandfather and, having this little boy, this grandson of mine, running around in the house and things like that. Like it's huh?
Name.
His name is Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, his name is Blue. He's actually named after his father. His father's name is Bartholomew. His middle name is Blue. But we all call him Blue. And my daughter's name is Indigo. So it just makes sense. So he's 7 months now, going on 8, and like having a baby, huh? Yeah. having he's a COVID born baby. Huh? Yeah. Having a baby in the house. I mean, they don't live with us, but they're with us for the holidays. And when she had the baby, she was here with us and she stayed with us for a little while. But having a baby in the house brings a different energy. You know what I'm saying? It just brings no matter how rough my day is going on at work, like as soon as I see him, it's like nothing else matters, and that feeling is just like, it's me and my wife, we just enjoy having him around and, getting to know him and bond with him and, for the short times that he's with us. But, it's just a beautiful thing to see. And that's clearly been the highlight of my 2020 is watching this little grandson of mine grow, man. It's definitely a beautiful thing. So that's something I keep at the forefront of my view with everything else that's going on. Like, that little boy is, it's important. So, definitely been a blessing. So that's definitely my highlight. What about y'all?
That's dope.
Creative.
All right. Mine is always easy.
Oh yeah, I know what this is.
I know what yours is too.
we know each other, man. We talk all the time.
Yes, easily Noah committing and signing his national letter of intent, to play D1 ball. That's
Congrats again. That's a big deal.
Thank you, sir.
You shed a tear. You shed a tear.
Yeah, I mean it was weird because usually, like, if there was COVID didn't happen,
right,
he would have played out the summer,
right,
made his decision, and then made an announcement in November.
At the school, right?
So
like at the school for signing day or whatever.
Yeah. Like with that whole big thing at the gym, and like he said, we set goals when he first started playing, and this is the first goal to play D1 ball.
Right.
And my goal as a parent is, free school. So
real shit.
And I told him when he was like 10, I was like, I'm not saving money for you for college. So
you better get these shots up, youngin.
Yo, I respect it.
Like, as soon as
there's a shovel, you can move that snow right out the way, bro.
Yeah. Like, as soon as you turn 19, I'm buying something without a roof.
That was the motivation right there.
No, but he worked hard, and it was great. It was just weird because he made the announcement in August.
Okay.
Not being able to play, so I made the announcement in August. We did the signing here at the house, on Zoom.
Right. Yeah.
With the team and family.
Yeah, but you know what? Doing that on Ruth's birthday, that take away all the other.
Yo, that was dope.
He was initially going to make his announcement on her birthday.
Whatever COVID messed up,
doing
that on her birthday, to me, that kind of made up for a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? That's literally a dream come through for a parent.
Yeah. That was dope. That was dope.
Go ahead.
That was dope. Yeah. Just a long process, but that was easily my highlight this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, highlight, bro.
Yeah, what?
Mine isn't as sentimental as y'all, but it's extremely important to me.
Okay.
Real quick.
Yeah.
So that's 1A, then there's like a 1B.
Okay. Oh yeah, go ahead.
20 years of marriage.
Gonna slide that in. Roof right behind the camera, like, excuse me? That was I just gave us 20 days of love. 20 days of love for the world to see. And you're gonna talk about this little bit?
No, she understands.
Okay.
No, I'm sure that would be her number one on her list too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Congrats, man. 20 years, like that's a
Thank you, man.
Beautiful thing, man. We like I think we said on the podcast, we've been down for damn near 30 years, and to be around to witness this 20 years of marriage, man, is a beautiful thing. You've always been an inspiration to me, man.
Be there from the beginning too.
Yeah, from the beginning, man. It's a beautiful thing to see, man. I love y'all to death, man. But congrats.
Very rarely am I inspired by somebody younger than me. You know what I'm saying? But I've always told you, and if I haven't before on the in public, I will. You and Ruth have always been an inspiration to me on how I would like my marriage to be when I decide to get it right one day. You know what I'm saying? So you should be happy with that. That's a great accomplishment. I think if you added all my relationships together, you might be hard pressed to get to 20. I'm talking about all of them. You know what I'm saying? From the girl I gave the note to in the 3rd grade. You know what I'm saying? Long hair Keisha was her name. My highlight was, let's see. Y'all knew how it was for me, how things were for me before I moved back out here to California.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I was 49 years old. I didn't know what was going on in my career. I didn't know where I was going to lay my head at, whether it's going to be the East Coast or the West Coast.
Right.
I was last summer I was effed up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? For a lot of different reasons. So this year I was able to actually make it to my 50th birthday.
That's right.
And the circumstances surrounding where I was physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all that this year, complete 180 where I was last year at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So part of it, I want to thank God for helping me out to get me through that stuff that I did, because I damn sure couldn't have did it without him. But I also want to give myself some props too. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
important. Yeah.
I went through a lot. I went through like, and y'all know, and
Mhm.
y'all don't even know all of it, but y'all know a lot of it. And to do that and come out on the other side and be where I'm at right now, and being able to see my kids flourish, all of them. You know what I'm saying? See my friends flourish, all of them. That's a blessing. So I'm just happy that I was able to get another chance. You know what I'm saying? And to be great. I guess the best way to put it. You know what I'm saying? And I would have been disrespecting God if I'd have did anything less than that.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that you say that's not a sentimental. 50 is a milestone, brother. We
Yes,
know
sir.
a lot of brothers who didn't make it for
Yeah.
a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
tell people all the time, I don't mind being old, because it's not
Exactly.
not a privilege afforded to many. You know what I'm saying? This dude,
Exactly.
Especially this year.
yeah, dude's younger than us that's dying for COVID, dying of heart attacks and strokes and all that other stuff.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, being able to make it to
Yeah.
this, you know what I'm saying, is was I mean, it's sentimental, but y'all's had a lot more feeling to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just my shit is basically I'm just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, like my kids and all that get into it too, like seeing them flourish and seeing them grow and all that shit.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
happy to be here compared to where I was in the latter part of, or the mid part of 2019. You know what I'm saying? I was.
Yeah, I mean,
it was real close to being a ski mask way. You know what I'm saying? But you talk to, but I give that up to my to my friends like you and Latif, a couple other brothers I spoke to. You know what I'm saying, that just were allowing me to vent sometimes. And sometimes you tell some people some shit you're going through, and they always try to give you some answers to it, like they have the answers.
right.
And a lot of times it's just like, nigga, I just need to get this off my chest. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And I appreciate the fact that y'all allowed me to do that without judging me or trying to point me in the right direction, whatever like that. You told me what you thought about it, and then you kept it moving. And that was the, I appreciate that part of it. So, my friends, I appreciate them. Especially since my brother's not here, and my other brother, I haven't spoken to him for years. Y'all all I got when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to me to keep those relationships good. And the fact that we still close, I thank God for that every year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
like,
no
I
doubt.
can see y'all more. But it is what it is. We're still here.
No, I mean, no, I respect it. Like, and I'll still say like that's a huge one, man. Because I mean, I look forward. I'll be 50 in a couple years, so I look forward to it. And having a brother who's turned 50, still in good health, got his kids, he's doing like that makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? I want to see all my people do good. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I really appreciate that, man. So that's what I wanted to do. Huh?
Yeah, like we've all lost some people, you know what I'm saying? But the majority of our crew is still here, still healthy, you know what I'm saying? Still able to, you know what I'm saying, be productive members of society. And we should feel very blessed that our crew is still here.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're still crew. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like we interact with each other constantly every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing, man. I like
we should be lucky that we still here to get on each other's nerves.
Oh my goodness. Listen.
You know what I'm saying? It should be good, because when he ain't here no more, you know what I'm saying? It's that's tough. Like I lost both my mentors, in the last 8 months. The last two that I had. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's really been a bad year. Like we've all experienced death. Like I know I have in family and friends, whether it's from COVID or just other illnesses or like that. It's just so much. This year I know everybody's like, yo, I can't wait for 2021. But that's why I wanted to point out the highlights of this year, because with all that, there's always something good going on in all of our lives. Y'all need to pay attention to it and enjoy it. And because now, I'm at the age now that, like right now it's Christmas and, everybody's here, both my daughters are here. My grandson is here. My wife. And we, if we're sitting, like we were sitting down watching a movie the other day, and I'm just looking like, this is what it's about right here. Like, it felt beautiful to be like all of us together, comfortable, a couple of them on their phones or whatever, doing whatever we want. Like, that's what it's about.
That having all that.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
I want to shake the block though.
Yeah. Oh, don't listen. When it's time to do it, we do it because we still some fly niggas. Like, let's not
open this thing up.
Get a twist. But yeah, I miss because y'all know if it wasn't COVID, celebrating y'all 20th would have been a totally different thing.
Oh yeah.
It'd have been a totally different thing.
I'd have been on the plane.
We'd have been somewhere.
Because I know out of all the couples in the crew, the Harrisons wasn't going to do that humbly at all. I know I had to pack a suit. I know I had to do all that shit. I know I had to get the fresh cut, all that.
Right.
To do it this time. I'm doing it myself. I do all that.
You might need a suit and a bathing suit for the next day.
Right, exactly.
Been out.
Hey, man, God willing, we still be here. You know what I'm saying? We can just do it late next year.
My 45th, I'm coming out there. Show me a good time, man.
Oh, brother, I got you. I got you, sir.
That's what's up.
But you know what else is good? Before we go, I wanted to shout out our extended family from Morgan. When we were talking about the things that people have done in 2020, Morgan folks have flourished, it seemed like, during this time. Even with some of the ups and downs and some of the bad things and people going away and all that. But you've seen people writing books. You've seen people starting businesses, putting clothes out. Marlon started the Winter Bazaars in Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? The street festivals, whatever like that.
Right.
And other people like Kill got his stuff going on. And
the podcast.
All the people that we rocking with, all the people that we see, and the people that we went to school with, and the people that we got love for, you know what I'm saying, have been able to do some great things this year, even in the face of the BS we've had to go through with COVID and some of the other, you know what I'm saying, misfortunate things. You know what's bugged out? We talking about COVID and how bad it is, and we completely forgetting that we had to dodge tear gas and shit, you know what I'm saying, all year, and bullets from the cops.
Oh, no,
right.
No, yeah.
George Floyd and all that shit.
All that, yeah.
2020 seemed like it's been 3 years long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been the longest year ever. And the wildest shit is, it would have been one of the best, you know what I'm saying? With the things that people were planning in 2020. Just because it was the year 2020, we was going to get a whole bunch of fly stuff to go to and experience and stuff. And we missed out on a lot of that.
Yo, once Kobe died, it all went. It all went. Kobe was the first. I feel like the first big thing that happened.
It was,
and after that,
too. It was early.
The season ended. This NBA season ended the week after that.
So it was.
No, it was a little late after that.
I don't think it was. It was.
Kobe died. Kobe died in January. I think the season ended in March, right?
It was January.
Yeah. Oh. It was because remember they honored him at the All-Star game. He was gone before then.
Right.
All-Star game was
right. Yeah. Right.
I think Valentine's Day weekend or around that time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
I'm thinking about Noah's season. Yeah, I'm thinking about Noah's season.
3 weeks before that.
Yep, January 26th.
Yeah.
January 26th. So
it's been a shit show.
A shit show. Like it's been hard. You know what? I was.
Tone had a baby, which is a good thing.
That's a good. Shout out to Tone, man. Shout out to Tone Rock, man.
Baby.
Yeah. You know, I was talking to my wife the other day. I was like, 20 years from now, you know, I was thinking in terms of my grandson. Will Blue be looking back on 2020, kind of how we look back at the 60s? You know what I'm saying? Of the protests and black people fight, like. All that's happened this year, I mean, it's been going on for a couple of years, but I felt like this year everything was magnified because of all that was going on. People were protesting during COVID when we were supposed to be at home. People risking their lives because that's how strongly what was going on. I don't want to delve into it because it's been delved into a lot, you know, already. I wanted to end this on a positive note, but I just want to keep in mind that for those who watching this, y'all made it through. Y'all made it through the year. You know what I'm saying?
By the time he goes to school, that's going to be in the books.
It's going to be history books. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yo. And it's kind of crazy. Like, I think about, like, yo, we're living through something that is going to be talked about forever in history. And you could say, because in the 60s, my parents did, and they could tell us firsthand what happened, as well as the videos and the things that we've seen on it. but we didn't experience it because we weren't alive, or some of the people were very, very young. But now we've lived through this, and we can actually talk from experience because it has been one of those years, and it's been very important. And I think when we was talking, I think we was talking on Facebook, White. I think Sylvia mentioned on one of your posts. Shout out to our homegirl Sylvia.
Shout out, Sil.
She's also starting a podcast, Next Nation podcast, coming up in January. Shout out to her.
Sirius Radio. Check it out.
Yeah, she mentioned that with all that happened this year, so many things happened from it. Like you said, all our people starting businesses and different things. Like I think it was when you posted about Michael B. Jordan starting the basketball league for HBCUs.
Basketball tournament.
And she was like, if this year didn't happen, would he have done that? You know what I'm saying? Like certain things put things in perspective, and it's a jolt, and people start, certain things happen and they react. So it might have been, I'm not saying what we needed, but kind of what we needed. We didn't need the deaths. We didn't need the deaths and things like that, but it served as motivation so we can do better for our people, and that's what we see happening.
When I hear some brothers talk about, well, Trump was good for us, and then sometimes early on in his presidency, I should shut that down. But then some people would say, look, we needed, and God bless my old mentor, Sadiq, he used to say, it wasn't that Barack was bad, because I don't think Barack was a bad president at all. The problem is that they sold us on this, y'all good now because y'all got a black president and we don't got to do nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And he thought that Barack as a president had us let our guard down, you know what I'm saying, and stopped us from striving for the stuff that we wanted to strive for before. Trump came in, was the exact opposite of Barack. And he reminded us what life was before Barack, for those 8 years we had Barack as the president. Because a lot of the shit that we was complaining about with Trump, we complained about Bush with. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of the same type of thing. Barack changed it to make us, and then white people started telling us that it was a post-racial society and all that shit, which is ridiculous. No such thing as post-racial. As long as there's race here, call us all one thing, and then it won't be no races. But as long as there's a black, white, Asian, a Latino, or anything like that, there's no such thing as a post-racial. Right. But some of us let our guard down and forgot about how it was before Barack became president. Once Barack left, they moved the exact opposite of what they thought Barack was by putting him in there.
Yeah.
And he reminded us that, look, no matter who's in office, okay, he can look like me, right. He can look like you, he can look like the mailman, he can look like our school principal. We have to do what we can to help ourselves out. We can't expect the president to come sign up some papers or wave a magic wand and come help us out of all our ills. Mm-hmm. Barack didn't do any of that. Not that it's his fault that he didn't do any of that. The fact that some of us weren't as educated on the political process, they didn't know that the president can't help you do some of the stuff that the other things you're supposed to be, voting on. So Trump being in office actually re-educated us on the election process and the things we got to pay attention to. And it made us look at us more like, yo, we all we got. You know what I'm saying? And if we had to go through that kind of heartache, not like you said, the deaths is something different, but having to go through getting treated like that in order for us to come together, to come out of it better, if that's what we had to give up in order for us to come together as a people, then it was worth it, not do it for the next 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Because once we get to that point, where, and we said this on one of our first podcasts, where we should think about us first when it comes to business and everything like that. Once we get to that point and it's unconscious that we do that, everything will change. The fact that we gotta keep reminding us to support black businesses is part of the problem. Because you don't have, because I'm sure the Jews and the Asians don't have to get reminded to patronize the stores and the businesses in their communities. We have to get reminded to do that. The minute that, as a whole, we don't have to get reminded to do that anymore. We don't have to get reminded to look after our women. We don't have to get reminded to do that kind of stuff. When that becomes second nature to us, that's when we're gonna take off.
Right. Well, we got to keep doing it until it becomes second nature. That's just it. You know what I mean? You can't stop. We got to keep it doing until it happens. It may not happen in our generation or before we die, but we still got to do it. We got to do our part. You know what I mean?
That's the key thing. The other people I talked about, the Jews and the Asians, they set up for generations to come.
Also on the ground level, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not even in the ground level. We got to start up from the ground level now. They coming into a system that been working for them for decades. You know what I'm saying? They already set up and got, was able to go get home loans and the businesses and stuff like that. Whereas even today in 2020, it's almost like we'd have to start from scratch. But like John said, we got to start doing it and keep doing it until it becomes that second nature.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Like maybe like this year was the jolt that we needed. You know what I mean? So let's hope. I believe it will. Because I'm gonna do my part. I'm sure all peoples will do their part. We're gonna keep it going, man. I feel like it will. I gotta believe it will. You know what I mean?
Well, that's part of us. If we do our parts, I believe that will be infectious among our friends, and then our friends, their friends, and wives, spouses, and stuff. So
agreed.
It starts with what's the saying? Be the change that you want to see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. We got to be the change that we want to see.
We can do it. So,
but I'm looking forward to 2021, man. I'm like, I really hope that we keep on this ascension when it comes to our people coming together and doing stuff, and I hope that we keep on ascending when it comes to our people, starting their own businesses or taking some of the things that they did as hobbies more serious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm excited about that. I'm excited for us.
Yeah.
The next time we do it, it'll be, episode 11, which would be dope.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, son. Think about it. That's what's that? 2.5 months of stuff. So we've been consistent.
Yeah.
And I think that each one we've done has been, it's gotten better. So I think we can keep on, keep that momentum going.
Yeah. I mean, listen, and anybody who's thinking about doing something, trying to do something, whether it's a business or a goal you want to achieve, do it.
Yeah.
Do it scared. Do it scared. Do it. Because I can tell you right now, this is way out of all of our comfort zones, being out here on the mic in front of, like, we behind the scenes people, for real.
Yeah,
like, for real. Exactly. And that's real talk. T don't talk to nobody.
He don't even like nobody.
He don't like nobody. So we're all out of our comfort zone, but we felt so strongly about this idea that we decided to do it, and we enjoy it now, and we're going to continue to make it grow. So do whatever you want to do. You scared about doing it, do it anyway. Do it scared. Just do it. You never know what could happen from it.
Low Key has a podcast called Do It Scared, right?
Yeah.
Does?
Yeah, I think on Apple Music. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's real stuff, man.
That's a great quote.
Yeah, do it scared, man, because you waiting for the time you get. Just do it. Do it.
No, nobody has done anything great. The story never starts with, you know what? I was 100% sure I should have jumped out the window. So I went and started the business, and now, $600 million later, look where we are. Everybody's story you heard about something great always started with son, I got fired. I had to borrow money from so-and-so.
Right.
A girl left
me. Take a chance.
Take a chance. Everybody has a story.
Yeah, it was like, you're going to be an actress? You're stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you hear about stuff and it's like, yo, man, the great ones take the chances.
Take them. Yeah. Take what you got to lose, man. Listen, all that's happened this year should show you nothing is promised. Because I'm sure, it's the point now that if we haven't been affected, we all know somebody who's died from COVID.
Yeah.
If you're not somebody, we know somebody who has, you know what I'm saying? So it's do what you want to do. Do it.
While you still can.
While you physically can, while you mentally can, do it. Don't hesitate, whatever that is. And if you need help, ask somebody for help.
Yeah, I think even more important than that. If there's a person or a family member or somebody you had a grudge with, as long as it's not nothing that you don't think that you can get over. And we all know there's a few things on that list that it's like, nah.
Right.
But for the most part, most people who have issues with friends and family, it's something that can be dealt with a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
something you probably don't even know what it is right now.
Yeah, exactly. Don't even know what the issue is. But I say the reason why I say that is like this is the second year that my grandmothers are not going to be here for Christmas.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? After them being here for 80 something years, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And even though we had a good relationship and all that stuff, I still probably wish I could have talked to them more because I can't talk to them anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I saw a quote that the other day that reminded me of what I was thinking about, and it said, if you don't think pictures are important, wait until those are the only things you have left.
Mm.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
a good one.
You ever took a picture or been at a family function and yo, we taking more pictures and all that shit?
Mm-hmm.
But think about it when that person's not there and all you got is pictures to look at.
I take pictures all the time.
You know
I take pictures on my phone.
I have thousands of pictures of my kids. Thousands.
I take pictures all the time.
When I go through my phone to like take old stuff out, I never delete them. Mm-hmm. It could be 3 exact pictures that look exactly the same, but I don't delete them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they ain't gonna disappear when I do it, but it's like I keep every picture I take of my kids. I take pictures off of Dominique's Facebook and Instagram. I keep them in a folder because I want to have.
It's important.
It's
important. That's legacy stuff right there. Yeah, you know
exactly. But that quote fucked me up because it's like, son, when all you got is pictures left. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling my dad, like me and him got to take more pictures. I think I got one picture of me and my dad together. Mm. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he the youngest nigga in the world. Right. Man, I gotta, luckily he's still in good health, but I have to make sure that I have pictures going on with the stories I tell my children and my grandchildren about their grandfather and great grandfather.
Right.
Yeah.
Bottom line, like John said, don't do it scared. Don't wait. Nike said, just do it. Whatever. Don't wait. Till, even if like you're talking about making up with that person you have beef with, even if it don't work out, it's better off than that in limbo when you don't know. Like, is the person still mad at me?
Clear the air.
Yeah.
No matter the outcome, clear it.
Even if to clear the air and be like, no, I'm not messing with this dude anymore. I can't mess with it anymore.
But y'all know that. Yeah, you know where each other stand. Where each other stands. Absolutely. So yeah, y'all. With that said, man, we wanna thank y'all for tuning in to episode 10. That dime piece, that double digits. We in here. We in here. You know what I'm saying? So thank you all for watching. Like always, continue to like, continue to share, subscribe. We want to grow this thing. It takes
happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays. It's our village.
Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa.
Merry Christmas.
Kwanzaa. All that. Kwanzaa.
Yeah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New Year. Be safe, whatever you do out there. If you're staying at the crib.
Which most people will be staying at the crib.
Yeah, except those in Texas and Atlanta where the COVID doesn't exist.
It's not there.
They COVID free, bro. They just didn't announce it yet.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, y'all, until episode 11, we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.
And so